I met Ronald when his parents lived across the street from me in Kamaka Road. He worked at the time as a young man at the airport.
In '72, Cargo Associates wanted to increase a lot of their market share and so on, and they offered Ronald a job. So we came closer together, and he brought a lot of new business.
I met Ronald since I was 16 years old, and we went to cinema for the first night, and I didn't see him after that for the first time, because the same night I went to movies with him, my father died, and he disappeared from my life.
BWIA at the time wanted to recruit a number of good young people. A lot of people left. Ronald did not go to BWIA. He stuck with Cargo Associates for another year or so.
Ten years after, we met up again. We just went out for 3 months when he proposed. And within a year we were married. And we went for 40 years.
Ronald left in late '75 or '76, and he started up his own business.
Ronald came in and said, Vivian, I just left Cargo Services and I'm now forming my own business. My words were, well, we are scrunting already, we'll scrunt more.
Ronald made up his mind that he was going to make his mark in this world.
They first started off on George Street, a little cubby hole. It was really, really small. He was manager, he was office boy, he was everything. He wrote everything down that he was going to do for the day.
He had some vision that we clearly don't have, because at that time, young people at those ages ain't going into business. That not happening. Clearly, he was an air ocean logistics pioneer and entrepreneur.
Ronald was always somebody who was very passionate and very dedicated and committed to quality of service, to integrity, to doing the right thing and doing it the right way and servicing his customers. And it was one of the things that I really admired about him.
Whenever I went to visit anyone with him, whether it was a customer or a vendor, they would automatically start smiling and talking. They would open up, and it was because he was genuinely happy to do business. Almost every time we would speak with a customer and he was talking about our abilities to do freight from any part of the world, he always had these places that were so obscure that the names he would call, but he would call the same ones every time we went out. And it would be Baku in Azerbaijan or one of these strange places that nobody ever goes to, but these are the examples he used to like to use, because I guess it's difficult and he used to enjoy doing the difficult things.
You know, I guess growing up in a family business, you kind of just always get drawn in, and eventually my dad would be like, you're not just going to sit around the house. You need to come in the office and do something.
He said the devil find work for idle hands, so he would encourage the children to help in the business and come down and see what the business was about.
Either you would be like a delivery driver, just dropping documents. Some years you would end up driving forklifts and loading containers, packing boxes by hand. So it was like that. He always wanted us to keep active. The conversation really was, do you want me there with you in the business? And he said, yeah, I think you would be a good asset to the company.
And when Ronald passed away, Sean was so grateful that he took that step in saying, yes, I'm going to work in the company.
The culture at the office is pretty much easygoing.
It was always a family environment, always, giving people a chance. If things not working out, always an open door policy. My dad always believed in a win-win relationship in business.
If there's not a win-win, then it's not good business.
He wanted that to transcend through the whole business and the whole culture.
I always try to tell people, imagine if you were the customer and what would you want? That will basically guide you as to how you treat that person and how you treat their shipment and their business.
It's always been a sense of pride for me that when I go and see these people, even if it's in Singapore or in Vietnam, if I mention Trinidad, everybody knows the name Cargo Consolidators, and it means a lot to them because they have dealt with the company and they know the company again as one of integrity and trust and good quality service.
When I came on board, it was, I was like, wow, how are you going to fill these shoes? It's big shoes to fill. So I was a bit apprehensive at first, but he said, you need to blaze your own trail. So I think that's the way we're going. We want to, continue growing. He started as a one-man show. It's now up to 80 members of staff. So it's quite significant in 40 years. And we're going to continue to expand and build the business. One day we want to get our, one facility where we could have offices and warehousing all in one location, and become like the premier freight forwarder service logistics provider in Trinidad and Tobago.
Like that photo?
Yeah, well, a plane will be nice too.